We live, people. What is up, my chasers, on this good Friday evening when everybody quarantined and can't really leave their damn house anyway? I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about Andrew tomorrow. I'm going to talk about him tomorrow. I promise. And then boom, the pictures have been released, people. The pictures have been released. So now we're going to see how Andrea, we renamed him Andrea Drill him. Because he got caught slipping and he got caught getting drilled. I am wearing a robe today because, Andrea, this is what you should have had on your ass. You should have at least had a robe on. Shout out to Cornelia. Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños feliz, however it go. But happy birthday. Happy birthday. Have a drink for me, but just make sure that you quarantine. Now, Andrea been out here tripping and then got caught slipping. How y'all doing out there tonight? How are y'all doing out there tonight? Alondra said, yes, they definitely plotted on him. They set him up. Who else takes pills out the bottle? I mean, of course. Of course they set him up. Of course they got all these pictures for evidence. This is how this shit goes. But at the end of the day, Andrea is a grown-ass man, and Andrea been out here, probably being, doing what he do for a real long time. So he should know better by now than to get caught slipping like that. So anyway, we finna go to these pics. And let's talk about this shit. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. What did they blur out in one of the pics? Come on now. We know what they blurred out. Come on now. Wait a minute. Now StreamYard. Hold up. Okay, we wanna share. Okay, we don't want to share that. Hold up, y'all. We don't want to share that. Why won't it let me share? Let me freaking share. There we go. Giving me all these damn problems for nothing. So anyway, let me know that y'all can see that. Y'all can see that, right? There we go. Hold up. Now we want it big. I mean, Andrea wanted it big too. Okay, so now let's go and read what Love B. Scott had to say. Now, Love B. Scott actually got these from the Daily Mail. It says, inside the hotel room where Andrea drilled him was found with the male escort. Golly, take a look at them pictures. Let that shit set in. Let that set in for a minute, okay? On the top right, you can clearly tell that this man is passed out. They put him on the side so he would not choke on his vomit. So in that towel right there, you see that's all vomit all day long. He bucket naked. All right. He bucket naked. I don't get why the person took a pic of him. No, this was absolutely for blackmail. This was absolutely positively for blackmail. Okay, boom. Then move along. We got the pillow to the right. We see stains in that. Now, a lot of y'all think that that's throw up. I don't think it's throw up. I think it's one of the final squirts of a fleet session. Now, I interviewed T.S. Madison, and I don't know if he got cut out or not in the podcast, but T.S. Madison even talked about before she would go out and work before she would go hook the corner, or before she would have a John come to her house, she used to fleet out her anal cavity beforehand, and she would be like, look, you fleet until it's clear. But about 30 to 45 minutes later, you get that last squirt, and she would call it the hooker shits that she would have to take on the side of the road, wipe herself up with baby wipes and keep it moving. That's how a lot of y'all finna be taking shits after we all run out of toilet paper. But that's another story for another damn day. Then we see on the bottom left, it's a bigger picture. It's an expanded picture. You see pills everywhere. You see meth everywhere. The room is awry. I mean, it looks like two men been getting down. But I want y'all to actually look at the photo at the top here. Look at the photo at the top. You see a foot in that photo. You see a white foot. More than likely, it was one of the guys in the room that took the picture. We already know that. It wasn't no cops that did that, because a cop ain't going to take off his shoe before he takes some pictures and before he frames you, right? Then you see the pills in the bottom right-hand corner right there. They are mysteriously all placed out of the cap. I'm sure that part was staged. So for the people that's saying that this was made up, this wasn't made up. This actually happened, but it was partially staged, partially set up, and Andrew got caught out here slipping, and it is what it is. So let's read the article. Let's go down and read this article here. New photos showing the state of the hotel room in which Andrea drilled him. was found with with the known male escort and another friend have surfaced. In the photos, you see soiled sheets, you see various drugs, and even in one photo circulating the internet, you even see a person who appears to be Andrew passed out on the bathroom floor next to the vomit. Take a look at that picture right there. For everybody that had doubts that that was Andrea, that was Andrew, there you go right there. It don't get no more clear than that right there. Laid out on the floor. I actually said face down, ass up, but he wasn't face down, ass up. He was just right there on his side. Damn, Andrew, they caught you out here like this. But I think I got a way that he can turn all this shit around. He gonna have to come out in the middle of a lot of shit, but he can actually turn this around. Who said why he naked? What you mean why he naked? Because they just got through doing a dude. They was high as hell, drunk, and he passed out. He just got through probably, I'm assuming probably power bottoming. And after he got done, he passed out. He squirted shit everywhere and he sleep. Come on now. They waited till he was passed out to get the damn photos. They were all high. So they're going to get away with it. Okay. All right. So come on, let's go down. Let's keep reading what B. Scott had to say. B. Scott is always with the shit. Okay. Plastic baggies of suspected crystal meth, empty beer bottles, and prescription pills are seen scattered among trash and soiled bedding in the shocking images obtained exclusively by dailymail.com. Now, one thing we know, and two things for certain, that tabloids don't just magically get these photos. Bloggers don't just magically get these photos. It's sent to, wow, I mean, really Southern. Whoa. I don't know what accent that was. We don't just magically get these photos. They're sent to us. And a lot of times, a lot of bloggers will pay for these types of photos, or big press circuits will pay to get this kind of information. So ain't no telling how many thousands of dollars that one of these white guys that was in the room with Andrea got paid in order to send them damn pics. Gillum, a married dad of three who narrowly missed out on becoming Florida's first black governor, was too inebriated to tell cops what went down when they arrived at Miami's Monroe hotel early last Friday. He was inside room 1107 with two more men, one of them a hunky 30-year-old male escort named Travis Dyson. I believe it was Travis Dyson. Now, I'm going to show y'all some pictures in a minute of Travis. And one thing about it, Andrew can't deny who and what Travis is, period. I tried to get a decent picture of Travis, and every single picture of him is in a mankini because he sells sex for a living, and his body is literally his advertisement. So I'm just saying, Andrew knew what was up. They all knew what was up. The wife knew what was up, and now the public know what's up. All right. He later told officers from the Miami Beach Police Department that he walked in to find Gillum and Dyson under the influence of an unknown substance, and Gillum, 40 years old, vomiting in the bathroom. Gillum, you too damn old to not be able to hold your liquor. You too damn old to still be getting caught up like this. This is why you got to pay your hoes. I tell y'all all the time, when you're going to be out here doing what you do, you got to pay your hoes. So that way your hoes stay quiet. Oh, golly. You think these men really loved you for you, Andrew? They were just trying to take you down. Damn. Our exclusive images show the slew of drugs, prescription and illegal, found inside the swank $220 per night hotel room. Oh, that's a nice ass hotel. Including 3 bags of what police believe was crystal meth. I mean, of course, because, and a lot of people was like, dang, why crystal meth? Why meth of all drugs? Look, meth, heroin, them type of hard narcotics get you, like, they take you to, like, bliss when you take them. So just imagine you having sex, you in bliss because you high as hell, and you drunk. Like, that's just so many endorphins and dopamine going off in your brain that, I mean, it's a blessing he actually survived all that shit. Dozens of white pills can be seen scattered on the floor and beside table alongside empty containers of cetopram, an anti-anxiety medication. Okay, so that's a downer. Gabapentin, which helps combat seizures and nerve pain. So basically, he wasn't feeling shit. I mean, while he was getting digged out from the back, he didn't feel none of that. There's also a small bottle of an injectable medicine containing alprostadil, which is typically used to treat erectile dysfunction and should never be treated with alcohol. Can we stop right there for a minute? Can we stop right there for a minute? They found a drug, an injectable, so he's probably injecting this right into the meat, called alprostadil, which is used to treat erectile dysfunction. Keep in mind, you know, Andrew is a man of a certain age. When you get to a certain age, it's a little bit harder to keep that Johnson erected, although between the drugs, the liquor, and this injectable, they was able to screw all night long. Like they wasn't nobody trying to come. They had fun getting to the destination, but nobody was actually trying to arrive. There was just too much shit going on at once. Golly, Andrew, you almost had you a Lamar Odom moment right there. I mean, Lamar wasn't getting his ass dug out, but still, all them drugs just mixed up. Golly, beer bottles and sheets covered in bodily fluids. I told y'all that ain't nothing but a good fleet squirt. Can also be seen in the photos obtained from police under Freedom of Information law, not the Freedom of that ass law. Cops declined to press charges and said Dyson, who posts X-rated photos and homemade porn movies on his page, Rent.men website, was likely to make a full recovery. I mean, I'm sure that wasn't the first time that man OD'd on anything. You know, OD'd on drugs, OD'd on dick, whatever the D want to stand for. You know, it's all up to you. Gillum, a former Tallahassee mayor and regular CNN contributor, issued a statement within hours of the story leaking, apologizing for his drinking while insisting that he never used meth. Andrew, you were so passed out, you don't know what the hell you use. He was, okay, let's go back. He said he was in South Florida for a wedding, but when reached by telephone, Dyson told the Miami New Times that he had known Gillum for a while. He'd been drilling him for a while and didn't know anything about a wedding. According to the Miami Police Department, officers were called out at 12:55 last Friday after reports of a guest suffering a cardiac arrest at the 4-star Mondrian, blah, blah, blah. We already read that. Okay, let's go down. There was a third guy that was involved in the mix. His name is Aldo Mejas. I could not find a picture of Aldo, but he was involved as well. Described in the report as a complainant, told officers he had given his credit card details to Dyson on Thursday afternoon to rent a hotel room. So they rented the room to get down with the stanky brown. Mr. Mejas arrived at the hotel at approximately 11:07, where he discovered Travis Dyson and Andrew Gillum drilled all out inside the room under the influence of an unknown substance. That white stuff we already know. Per Mr. Mejas, Mr. Dyson opened the hotel room door and immediately walked over to the bed and collapsed in a prone position. Mr. Mejas observed Mr. Gillum inside of the bathroom vomiting. Mr. Mejas stated that he observed Mr. Dyson having difficulty breathing. Damn, I guess Andrew had drilled Dyson's throat out, prompting him to wake him up. Mr. Dyson then began vomiting on the bed and immediately collapsed again. Godly. Mr. Mejas began conducting chest compressions on Mr. Dyson and proceeded to contact police and fire rescue. Officers then attempted to speak to Mr. Gillum, but Mr. Gillum was unable to communicate. Nah, his ass was able to communicate. He didn't have his lie put together yet. What was he gonna tell y'all? Y'all knew what he been doing. Like I hate when officers try to ask you dumbass questions. You come in they come in the house, blood everywhere. Shit all toe up. They see bullet holes in the wall. Like, what happened? Somebody got murked. That's exactly what happened. Like, come on. The report says officers performed welfare checks on Gillum, and he was described as being in stable condition and his vitals are normal. All right. Thought they were going to say his vitals were gaping, but okay. Dyson, meanwhile, was conscious and in stable condition in the hotel room. All right. So it just keeps repeating itself here. I want y'all to look at these pictures one more time. I mean, come on. Golly, they tore that pillow up. Now, that pillow don't look like throw up to me. That looks like when you have the runs and you squirting shit everywhere. That's exactly what that pillow looks like to me, but that's just me. That's just me. Let me continue to go down here. Let's see. Oh, man. I mean, even got it on the floor. Oh, man. You know what? As a matter of fact, while we sitting here talking about the wife and asking, is she okay? What about the housekeepers? What about the housekeepers that had to go behind them and clean up this shit? I really hope that they tipped them very, very damn well. You know, damn, I remember when I was in Cancun, you know, ain't telling y'all all my business, but was it Cancun where I got sick? No, Dominican Republic was where I got sick. And when I say I threw up in so many trash bags, I just tied them up and just like sat them by the door. Like, that's how much I was throwing up there. But then the next day I felt perfectly fine, but I wasn't on no drugs. I was just on that, you know, good Dominican water, I guess. Is it vomit or is it bussy juice? I think it's Badussy juice. It's the juice of the Badussy. All right, let's go down. You see the baggies right there with the crystal meth in it. I mean, you can't deny this. Now, of course, this was perfectly staged. Of course, somebody just happened to pour all the pills out of the bottle, but sit the bottle back upright. I mean, come on. Now, according to Andrew, he says that he says he has a drinking problem and he's going to rehab. If you ask us, there's a lot more than alcohol going on here. Absolutely. Now, I want you guys to see who Travis Dyson is. So you guys tell me how Andrew was going to explain this man. All right. Now, when you look up the man, first you see a picture like this, right? Can y'all see that? First you see a picture like that. All right. He looks like a nurse or a doctor or something like that. And he looks, just nothing out of the ordinary. As a matter of fact, ladies, I feel like a lot of y'all would talk to this dude in this uniform. If this dude right here was delivering your baby after he sold you up, you would be trying to give this man your number. He looked like the Mr. Clean Man, but that's the Mr. Clean Man y'all would let dig and clean out y'all guts. Let's keep it real. But then you see photos like that one. Okay, no suspicion yet. Can y'all see that? Wait a minute. Okay, there you go. Y'all see the photos. Then you see photos like that. That's okay. Vacation, nothing too crazy. But then you see photos like that. And that pretty much lets you know what that man is about. That pretty much seals it right there. Isn't he a porn star? He's not porn star as in has sex with other men on camera, but he does like solo videos from his house. Basically, an OnlyFans type of guy. There you go. And I don't know if y'all can see it from that photo, but there's a nipple piercing there too. So we all knew, Andrew knew, it was all set up. So now, somebody said he got panties on. Yes, he do got panties on. So let me go ahead and stop sharing that because I think I'm good on that. Let me X out of that shit. Golly, that shit finna be in my search history now. I gotta delete that shit. All right. Now, with that being said, at the end of the day, Andrea's career, as it could have been, is over. It's done. It's finito. He got caught slipping and he has been set up. Why was he set up? Because the powers that be know that this is an intelligent black man. And anytime that you are black and intelligent and got a lot going for you and got a good, clean wife who's also black and got good, clean black kids, like he looks almost perfect from the outside. And people will dig and be like, okay, I know he's into something. And usually when you can't see it off front, it's usually some shit that's really, really deep. So of course, the powers that be got in contact with who Andrea gets down with, and this was set up. I completely believe this was set up, but it is what it is. Now, Andrea, the best thing I can say for you before I let y'all call in here, the best advice I can give Andrea, because I definitely believe that his wife knew. Women have intuition. Y'all know everything y'all man do before he do it. Y'all know the thoughts he think before he think it. Of course she knew, but I believe they had an agreement, because what a lot of women got to realize is that in 2020, a lot of men is using y'all uteruses just like y'all used to use our penis. Back in the day, a woman would be like, look, I don't really want to be with him, but I'm just ready to have a baby. You got a lot of men out there that go the other way, but know they still want a family. And that's what they use y'all for, to get married, to have babies, to have the front while they got their secret life, in the closet. But his closet is busted wide open. I think it's time to go ahead and get a divorce. He's going to then get with a man, marry a man, and then become the first, I'll say bisexual, no, the first gay interracial couple to be on the forefront of winning office. Andrea, that is how you turn this shit around. Other than that, I don't know what else is going to help you. I really don't. Miss Blue said, I ain't agreeing to no damn, look, everybody got a different agreement. Monique got an agreement with her man. Everybody got an agreement. No, because of the meth. No, you have had politicians do roast drugs than meth. I don't know why my tongue is tied tonight. You've had politicians that done way worse shit than meth. You had politicians we ain't going to get too far deep into that. We don't want them cutting this live stream off. Okay, we about to let Amina on. Let's see what Amina got to say here. Hey, what's going on, Amina?
Good. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, oh my God. That shit looked like some SVU crime scene type shit. I don't know what I was looking at. What the hell? I'm lost. Who is this person?
I mean, you got to understand, like everybody, like you have your profession and then you have what you do behind closed doors. And it just so happened that what he likes behind closed doors is off the chain. And then keep in mind too, right? He's a squeaky clean type of person. So he has to be so like perfect all the time that when he parties, he overdoes it. And this is the type of shit that happens. Well, what do you think? What would you do if you were his wife?
I just feel like it was a setup from the jump, like the way everything looked and set up, like they had intentions on taking pictures. I'm not saying like that ain't nothing that he's used to doing. Right. I feel like that's something that he's used to doing, but he probably didn't think he was gonna get set up like that, and it was gonna come out.
Especially not at his age. He's 40 years old.
Damn. I don't know, but I ain't had nothing really to say. I just wanted to say that real quick. Storm, I love you.
Love you too. Thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to stay on her for a little bit longer for anybody else that wants to come on and give your take on this. I had to definitely talk to you guys about this. Yes, he should have known better. I absolutely agree. You know, this was not his first rodeo, you know, no pun intended, you know, but this was not his first rodeo and he should not have gotten caught up like this, but he did. And I was going to say he has to come out, but he's already out. Like there's nothing else he can really say at this point, I feel like. Can I please have your robe? Serious question. Oh, you got to get this robe online. I got this robe from Macy's. He set himself up, leaving that bussy juice out there for us to see. Man, leaving the bussy juice out there for the housekeepers to clean up. Bree Lack said he received a free colon clip. Oh, okay, y'all, come on now. Andrew was a freak of sort. Tip said waiting on Obama's video to leak. Don't do Obama like that. Don't do Obama like that. All right. Marcy Carson said, when are you going to party in LA? I mean, I can't with the corona. The corona shit then threw off my whole birthday plans. I planned on coming the end of April. You know, the convention got canceled. So I don't know. Whenever y'all ban get lifted, I guess I can come. How do you figure what he did? Might you be speaking from experience? No, Paige, I'm not. I'm speaking from common sense, though. We all can put two and two together. And that was obviously set up. That was set all the way up because everything was too perfect. You know, they better burn that damn pillow and towel. Oh, no, they're not going to burn it. Hotels don't do that. What they're going to do is bleach it. You know, that's why when you go to a hotel, the sheets are white so they can bleach it. And it'll be right back on there. And where his bussy juice was, your face will be there later. That's just how that works. Tammy said, video your B-Day party. Come through, Storm. Look, I can't come through. Y'all got a band. Like, I'm not going to come to LA just to be like stuck in a hotel room. So it is what it is. Storm, I was miserable all day. Oh. Johnson Dorothy said his wife set him up. Well, no, I don't think his wife would do that. I don't think so. I think if she wanted to divorce him, she would have just divorced him, and that would have been it. All right, let's say Passionate Bliss get up here. What's going on, Passionate?
Hey, yeah, I was just wanting to ask a question. So, like when this happened to Marion Barry, nobody thought he was going to be coming back from that crack in the hotel room. So, is there a possibility that this guy actually has enough charisma and enough political savvy to come back from this in like a year or so?
Yeah, I think he can. Like, people always want to say you can never come back from a scandal, but he can actually flip this. Like if I was his campaign manager, I would be on the phone with, well, I was gonna say Oprah or Gail, but we ain't messing with them right now. Robin, what's that Robin lady from Good Morning America, Good Day America, whatever? I would have him interview with her, especially since she's LGBT too. He can have his sob story. He's gonna cry. He's gonna really like pull on our heartstrings, and he gonna pull this together. He can absolutely do it.
Yeah, because we don't know that he really did anything illegal. So it's possible. I think he can flip it.
Don't nobody care about him doing nothing illegal. They want to know who he was sleeping with. That's what people really care about. Most of these politicians are on cocaine and meth and all kinds of stuff. Most of them are.
Okay, because I have never seen him. I'm in South Carolina, so I've never seen him or heard him. So I don't know if he's got enough charisma to do it. But if he does, he might can come back from it.
I think he can. I think he can. Like he's in rehab right now. He's trying to claim that he's an alcoholic, so he's in rehab. And I'm telling you, he can definitely turn this around if he does it right.
Oh, yeah, he sounded like he's setting it up already. That sounds good. Okay, I just hate to see a black man go down that.
Me too.
Because he literally is on the floor. Literally. The pictures look so bad with the room. But, yeah, and the nurse, he's definitely fired. He's, if it blow over, his name is forgotten, he might can. But good thing, his whole business is going to take off. So, he'll be all right. His whole one will increase. But, yeah. That was unfortunate. So I just wanted to chime in and give my little 2 cents. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. And shout out to Passionate Bliss. You guys can check her out on YouTube as well. Let me send out the link one more time for anybody else that wants to come in and say what they got to say. Let's see. He can turn it around. Yeah, he can turn it around. No pun intended. No pun intended at all. Just crawl under a rock, Andrew. I can care less for the lies. No, he's gonna have to come clean. He's going to have to come clean. He's gonna have to. Bubbalicious said, "Why everybody hiding tonight?" Well, it's late. It's late. A lot of people laid up in the bed and they ain't trying to come on camera like that. I'm just saying. Okay. Cleopatra said ill. Peter Pan said no way. His poor wife. No, his wife knew. I feel bad for her now because basically their sex life is exposed. And now your whole family knows that your husband is bisexual and that you guys have an agreement. There's no way she didn't know. Yolanda Turner said he was framed. He might have been set up, but I don't think framed. Amina said he does need some of that My Colon Cleanse. Yeah, I don't know. Does he? I'm just saying, I don't know. All right, so we're going to be on here for a few more minutes. What else is on y'all mind tonight? I was going to save this for tomorrow, but I'm like, shit, I got to come talk about this now. He has to come out. I agree. Summer Beauty said his only comeback is to get baptized, quote Bible verses. Folks love a godly person. Half the time, folks don't know when they're pretending to. Man, I mean, half of the church is LGBTQIA+. Let's be very real. The government checks. I mean, I'm waiting on the government checks. The government said you ain't got to file your taxes till July 15th. I'm happy because I'm the government probably about 1800. So, they can give me a little time. I'm trying to move. I ain't got time for that. Right, Adrian Bailon. Adrian Eliza Bailon. Why I gotta write Adrian in the script? Cause she nasty and don't wash her hands. I've been said that. She ain't gonna wash her hands. Just chop them off. That's all we can do. I'm in Atlanta Storm and I still don't know anyone who has the coronavirus. Me either. Storm, what about the Erykah Badu concert online tomorrow for $1? Oh, she's charging $1 for it. You know what? I think those are some of the most honest concert tickets I've ever seen. That's about it. It's about worth $1, to be very honest. What's going on, Remy?
Hey, this is my first time doing something like this, getting on a live chat. So,
welcome.
I wanted to say, what I was thinking? If he was truly at a wedding and he's a political figure, right? Don't you think a picture would have popped up of his ass already? Right? From the wedding?
It would have.
And also, I was thinking, as a married person, right? Mm-hmm. Normally, when you go to a wedding, you get invited with your spouse. And I was just putting 2 and 2 together because he went to my school. He went to FAMU. So I was.
Oh, did you know him personally?
My big sister does.
Oh, so okay. Spill it.
I was trying to, just think my way out of it. No, there's no way. He's married, and and this and that, and you know what I said? Fuck it. You know what?
Right.
These pictures came out now. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, let me ask you this: since your big sis went to FAMU with him, did she know him to be bisexual? What did she know?
She said he was a clean cut guy, but there were rumors though on the campus though that, just watch Funky Daniva's video and you'll hear him talk about that. Yeah.
The sad thing though, the sad thing is that a lot of people, the sad thing is that a lot of men out here just can't live their real lives, and that's what's sad. That's what's sad, because he's gonna have to explain this.
Exactly. Yep. All righty. Nice talking to you guys.
Nice talking to you too.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Everybody's in the dark tonight. Are you guys all crawling out of Andrew Gillum's closet? But anyway, T.S. Madison said quad new. They know. See, I'm not from Florida, and see, I'm not 40, so I don't know. I don't know him to do anything. J-Bo says, Storm, what do you do to pass your time during the quarantine? Man, I don't even know what I've been doing. What's going on, Juju? Oh, Juju gone. Juju, why you come on just to click off? Oh, Juju. Oh, come on back, Juju. We're going to wait for a minute, Juju. Are student loans deferred for 2 months payments according to Trump? No, I think the interest I think they're going to waive the interest for the next couple months. That's what I think. What am I sipping on? I am sipping on more of De Leon. Drink responsibly. Right, Juju on that beat. They practicing the social distance for real. Yes. Let's see. Does anybody else want to come in? I don't know what happened. Oh, what happened to Juju? Why would a major city want you to pay $20 for an online lap dance? Look, the strippers got to make their money too. I wouldn't pay for it if I can't actually feel it, but that's just me. All right, let's see. What else is on your mind here? Danny said, how does that De Leon taste? It's really good. And it's super smooth, and you don't need a lot to get where you're trying to go. Comment on the Boosie live. What did Boosie say? Hey, what's going on, Almond Brown?
Hi, I'm not in the dark.
Right. Thank you for coming into the light. Thank you.
I'll just sit here. I really don't want nothing, but I want to know, why does everybody think that man was set up?
I think they want to say that because of the way like the pills were perfectly placed, the way like the meth was baggied up. Like, I believe he was set up, like they were paid to get him that drunk and high, but I believe he actually had sex with him. It looked like he got spit roasted. Let's keep it real.
That's why I feel like he wasn't set up. He wasn't set up to put himself in that room. He put himself in the room, so he knew what he was doing. You just couldn't handle your beer or your liquor or your drugs, so you passed out. And then, what do you think they're gonna do? You're a politician. They're gonna take a picture. So,
and you got to keep in mind, he was drunk. You got crystal meth in the room. You got anti-anxiety medication in the room. And then you got injectable medicine that will keep your penis hard. So they was all drugged out.
So he knew what he was doing in there. Look, why she left? Why you left, girl?
I don't know.
She hid herself and then she left. Why y'all leaving?
Oh, man. There we go.
Right, don't hide your face now. I know it's late.
It's late. But yeah, I'm right there with you. It's like, he knew better. At the end of the day, he knew better.
Right.
When you running for office, people are looking at everything. You can't get caught slipping like that. What's going on, Tiffany? Oh, Tiffany muted herself. There we go. What's going on, Tiffany? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Wait, say something. Nope, we can't hear you. Hold up. We're going to try to mute you, bring you back. All right. Can you hear us now? Go out and then come back in. Yeah, Tiffany, go out and then come back in. But yeah, go ahead, Almond Brown. I'm sorry about that. I interrupted you.
Oh, no, you was talking. You were talking.
I forgot my train of thought.
Yeah, I forgot what you said too. She came out of came and she went out and came back in. Threw me off.
So yeah. So what do you think about those pictures I showed of Dyson? Like, he definitely looks like a male escort, right?
I didn't see the picture. Well, are you talking about the one where he was on the boat with the guy?
The one where the guy was on the boat, the white guy.
Yeah. He looks like an escort. I'm sorry. That's not just a friend. That's not just a friend. Y'all too friendly and y'all too close to each other. It was the one with the two guys. I know he was with one, and then it was the one with the two guys. Y'all too close. I'm sorry.
Okay,
No.
so let's talk about some real stuff, Almond, while I got you on here. Would you vote for a politician that Tiffany got to connect her shit? Okay. Would you vote for a politician that was openly gay?
I don't know. It depends on what they are. What their feedback.
I mean, just okay. So let's just take Andrew Gillum.
It depends on their politics. It depends on their politics. To me, you're human first.
Right.
Before your sexuality, before your color, before anything, you're human first. So what are you trying to sell to me? You're not just trying to sell your sexuality, just like with Pete Buttigieg. I felt like he was selling his sexuality first as opposed to what his policies. And so I feel like that's kind of what got him out of the race, because people started seeing just, everything about him was gay. But who are you, Pete, as opposed to your sexuality? It shouldn't matter. What are your policies? That's how I feel.
What are your policies? Tiffany, what you think?
Well, can you hear me this time?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's a couple of things. As far as for him, if he was pushing his gayness first, like, the other guy was, not, I wouldn't vote for that. It's all about the policies, how you're going to affect my life, if you're going to make it any better than what it is already, so on and so forth. But I did want to say something. The pillow, I honestly believe that it's like a stomach bile. Like if you haven't eaten anything, but you have to throw up, and there's no food to come up, and it's like the same color and stuff. So I'm thinking as a possibility. I also don't know any Black people that do meth. I do know there's probably somebody out there that does it. But I was reading some of the comments, and people are like, you don't sleep on meth. So in my head, I kind of came up with bits and pieces of what he said may be true. Maybe he never did do the methamphetamines. They could very well have tested him for that.
Right.
And maybe he does have a thing with drinking. And somebody else had put in the chat, like, they believe that, like, maybe they slipped him something. They had to call.
I believe that too.
Some type of effect with that. And I do believe that is a very plausible story. You being everywhere, the bottle still up straight. Like, that's a setup. It was a total setup.
I mean,
he was still in the room. He was still there though.
But just think about.
He was definitely fucking and sucking and doing whatever.
Damn.
And I believe it wasn't the first time he did it, but I do believe there was some foul play involved in that, because methamphetamines it's not our drug of choice. See what I'm saying? And drinking, I can see that. But when people are throwing up, usually there's some kind of contents that you can see somewhere around there. But with it just being that yellow color, I think that was stomach bad. Like, he didn't eat, and he had a very negative effect, a negative side effect to everything he took in, or whatever they may have slipped him, in addition to the alcohol that he actually admits that he drank. But I think that he was there being dirty.
But wait a minute though. You telling me he 40 years old and he don't know to eat before he started drinking?
I think he knows to eat before he drinks, but if he's a drinker, a lot of real drinkers don't necessarily eat before they drink, because they can handle their liquor, because it's a little bit different. But if you add a little something else to it that he normally doesn't take, like a methamphetamine, a pill of some sort, or whatever else they may have slipped him, then you're going to have some type of an effect that it's not supposed to mix. And his body ain't used to it. At least one of those things that was put in his body, it's not used to it.
Or was it that he had already fleeted out his ass, and he like, I can't eat because I don't want to shit everywhere.
That could be possible too. You know, I don't know too much about that. I mean, I watched the podcast.
I was not ready for that.
But look, I don't know too much about that, but I do know the looks of stomach bile. If you haven't eaten and you have to throw, now that I have experienced myself, I am very familiar with that.
Okay.
But I just don't believe that that it was just the drinking that would have done it. And if they were trying to just really set him up, they have a bigger payday if they didn't have to call the police. You see what I'm saying? So I think that something went wrong or not quite like they planned, and they had to call the police.
Gotcha.
Because other people were still in the room. Their information was going to get out too. Dude was going to have to risk his job and everything else. I'm pretty sure something went wrong. It wasn't supposed to go quite like that, but it was still, I'm sure they still made some good money off of it though.
I'm sure they did. And for everybody that was that's laughing at me, I said that because even if you look up like porn star interviews, like before they do an anal scene, they don't eat.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't do that. I don't watch that. So I don't know the ins and outs of that.
I bits and pieces.
I don't know.
But I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in. I wasn't going to be on here and stay on here long, but I just wanted to give that particular theory. I do think he was drinking. I don't think meth is really black people's drugs. That ain't our drug of choice. And I do think something went wrong for them to have to call the police with him doing all the throwing up and stuff. You obviously didn't see any food. If where he was laying and that yellow looking stuff was right by his face and whatever, like he couldn't have eaten, and it had to be stomach bile because it was right by his mouth. The other shit and whatever. But yeah, I really do think that they did something to him. He was set up. It went way too far. He was way too trusting, and most people would sell out for the right dollar amount. So,
wow.
I mean, but what really is a drug of choice? What really is a drug of choice nowadays? Because people are doing everything. So how can we really say now that there is a black person's drug of choice when we've seen black people strung out on pretty much everything? I really don't think there's necessarily a drug of choice anymore. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Whatever color you want.
I have seen black meth heads in Arizona.
Yeah, I have too. So I really don't.
Like
I don't really get
sure that they do. I don't know, Andy. All of the meth heads I've ever come across are all not black. But this is just all just my opinion. My experience says I really don't believe that's like I don't believe that heroin would be a drug of choice for black people. Not like that's not the top tier of the first thing that we go and reach for is what I'm saying.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Before you reach for a pill, you see what I'm saying? And for all the other pills that I've heard other people saying, I'm just meth. It just doesn't seem to be it. I can name a few other things, but meth.
When you hanging out with other people, you're gonna do whatever it is that they doing too.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
No, I was saying when you hanging out with other people that's doing that,
you kind of rub off on you.
Yeah, and he wasn't. They're too friendly for that to be his first time with those people. So it's not the first time.
Right, that's true too.
That's not the first time he did.
While and his sister wasn't, maybe he tried to go in at the same amount that he last had whenever he last had the experience. But yeah, something definitely didn't go according to plan. Is what I believe happened. Something didn't go according to plan. The police were not supposed to be called. He was not supposed to pass out.
Do you think he's going to come back from this? I mean, everybody is so upset about it. The man human. He's still a human at the end of the day, regardless if he's a political figure. He's still human.
I think if he played his cards right, he could. Like he said, if you play, because the LGBT, LMNOP, them folks in the alphabet community, they like to help you get hired, fired, end your life or your career, or push you all the way to the top, depending on if you're repping them. So he really could turn it around if he played his cards right, but also being a part of the black community, whatever his wife is out there saying, whatever whoever else in the local community is saying. I mean, there's just no telling which way he gonna really go with that. Right. I don't know if he really gonna play that card.
He should play that card.
They really just want him to come out and say that he gay. That's all everybody wants, because they don't care whether or not he was drinking. If he was on whatever drug he took, they want to know: do you like men or women? Like, that's really what they want to know. Are you gay?
Right.
Oh man, I had just said that. That's what everybody wants to know.
From because the LGBT folks, they gonna make sure he come back from it, because they gonna say everybody else being homophobic if you don't support him after he say that.
Yep.
All right. Well,
that's the first thing they run. You disagree with anything of someone in that community. The most intolerant group is wanting tolerance from everybody else. But if you say something against anything, they'll come for you. He can do it, but I'm just not sure that he will do it. It's my thing. I'm not sure he will, but
or
Tiffany, in such a compromising position, he might.
But think about this. What if he just goes to the church? Like, what if he goes, gets baptized, and just says it was all a mistake? Would you buy that?
Well, he gonna be like Andrew Caldwell. I'm delivered.
I like women.
Somebody done already been delivered already. If somebody done use that one already, he gonna have to come with something else. Even if he go to the church house, then he'll have folks looking at the church house crazy, because in the Black community, far and large, there's only certain place usually in the church that people of that lifestyle can go, and that's usually choir director or something to that nature or something like that. But it just depends on what you actually gonna do, because you are just gonna be like representing the way that you did maybe a year or so ago when he was running for what, governor or mayor or something like that.
Right.
You gave us one persona, and then if you go to the church, talk about you delivered and all of this, so you be lying the whole time. We hold grudges. Our community ain't as forgiving of one another. That's just the truth.
Oh my God! I just thought about something.
You think it is.
What did you just think about?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's get really weird.
Oh my God, Lord!
Let's get really weird tonight. What if him and his wife do an interview and they say, "We love each other. We're not getting a divorce, but my husband likes to sleep with men every now and then." Would we accept that as a public?
If she gonna stay with her husband, she gonna stay with her husband. Nobody was mad at Hillary for staying with Bill, and he got his. Y'all know what he did. Infidelity is infidelity, regardless if it's with a man or with a woman. Cheating is cheating. So if his wife is gonna stick by his side, I don't think nobody should say anything to her about it, because that's her man. They said for better or for worse, and for her at this moment in time, that's worse. So I don't think nobody should feel no type of way if she stayed with him. That's her husband. But
will y'all re-elect him? Will y'all re-elect him?
What are your policies? I don't care. Listen, I don't care that you did that. That's the way. Who you sleep with is not my business. I don't care. That's not my business. What are you doing that's going to help better the community and everybody else? I don't care about who you sleep with. That don't make me one way.
Donation.
You know how many drug addicts you have in these high seats? Y'all just don't know about it yet. So
thank you.
But what you saying? I'm sorry, girl.
Go ahead. No, you good. You right. Because he had to be comfortable enough to be over there butt ass nigga fucking with these people. That ain't the first time.
Hello. You don't even have socks on, did he?
And somebody said in the comments, like his wife said that they went to college together or something. I'm not sure how long he's known. What was the guy? I've been calling him a stripper.
Dyson.
The escort.
The escort.
But yes, say that wife. I think they said that the wife said that he and the guy, the escort, had went to school together or college together or something like that. There ain't no telling how long this stuff been going on. But he slipped up.
He slipped up. Let me find out that Andrew and that guy used to be college roommates. I'm gonna fall out. Okay, go ahead, Amina, go ahead.
That's your background. If you somebody like that dealing with politics, you have a big name. Like, first of all, when you go into a situation like that, make sure you take all phones. Make sure you take everything, like anything that a person can take a picture with, take all that shit. Now, the reason why I feel like it's a setup, because for one, what black person do meth or anything like that? I don't know not one motherfucking black person. That's a For two, the way they took the pictures and, like you said, laid the drugs out and stuff like that. I'm not denying the fact that he's into what he's into. He like doing that type of stuff. That's what he like to do. He on the download, whatever. That's what he like to do. But at the end of the day, bro, he ain't do that shit with the drugs.
Can't hear anything.
They did that. They laid it out to make it bigger than what it was, to put more dirt on the shit. Like, it's already bad enough that he's already on the download doing all that shit. But if he was smart, like every other motherfucking celebrity, signed his,
you're signal real bad.
You sound like a robot, honey. You sound like a robot. We can't hear you.
It's going in and out. You ain't got cookie, do you?
Huh?
I said you ain't got that Obama phone connection, do you?
No, I got no Obama phone.
So out of order.
No, you a mess.
I love you though.
I think it's my Wi-Fi. Can you hear me now?
Take it off your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, try taking it off your Wi-Fi.
Baby sound like a whole robot, honey.
Right.
Oh, she left? Oh, she's trying to fix it.
She's trying to fix it. Okay, y'all go ahead and talk while she's trying to fix it.
I never heard anything. I thought I was tripping. I thought maybe I was like, did everything freeze? I never heard a voice. I didn't hear it.
No, she was. It was kind of going in and out there for a minute.
Yeah, she was talking. We were trying to listen real hard because she was kind of low.
Okay, I'm gonna remove her. I'm gonna let her fix that.
Yeah, look, friend, I was squinting trying to hear better, but I was squinting. Maybe my ears was on here, but I don't know. I
try to hear with your eyes.
Right, I'm over here squinting. So maybe I'll hear better, but I don't.
Look, then I saw her nigga in the back. I'm like, please don't have sex on my screen.
Listen, I said, who is that in your background? What is that?
They're gonna have a whole baby boy moment back there.
It's about to turn into.
It's like, what's going on? Anywho.
Okay, let's see if she's ready. Amina?
Was you talking about you don't care who
Oh
he's
yeah,
with,
yeah.
And talking about his policies or whatever. I don't care who they sleeping with either, unless it's affecting me getting food on my table or something like that. I don't care either, honey.
Hello.
But you can't just be out here lying like that and then asking people to vote for you and stuff. Like, they ain't gonna know what to believe with you.
But listen, y'all bosses be lying to y'all and they signing y'all checks, but y'all still go to work every day.
We lie to get jobs, but we still working. Just saying. Like every job interview I've been on, what do I say? I'm gonna be here on time. I'm gonna care about the company. 2 lies.
Lies. You're gonna be late every day. You're gonna be late after the first 10 days. You're gonna be late to work.
Late.
You're gonna try to show face and try to be good, but then after that, you're gonna start being late.
He gonna have to make sure he don't show up at the church house talking about I've been delivered. I don't like men's no more. He can't do that one. They really ain't gonna. Ain't nobody gonna vote for him, especially none of us.
Do y'all think he really need to come out and say, hey, I was doing meth, or hey, I was doing this? Does he really need to come out and say I'm bisexual? Like,
yes.
He does.
Yeah.
Why?
Because people want to know. People want to know who you sleep with. People are obsessed with, at least the American.
I mean, I know they ask you all the time, Storm. Every day
they ask me.
Why do we need to know? It's not your business. It's not our business.
They do want to know, though.
Laying on you, I don't see how it's their business either.
At this point, it's like, oh, we know he was sleeping with his wife. He has children. Nobody questioned that. They only questioned it when they saw him in the picture laid out. Now it's like, oh, who you really sleeping with? Does it matter where he put his? It doesn't really matter where it go at.
Right. We don't know.
Right.
Hold on one sec, y'all. Oh well, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do that. Amina, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I'm back in this thing. Can I hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I have some issues going on there, you know. I have to get it right, you know what I'm saying? But I was just saying, y'all.
So we.
What was y'all talking about?
She talking. Yeah, she back. You were saying something.
Oh, I was saying that the reason why I feel like it's a setup, for one, where he fucked up at was not getting the paperwork, signing it, saying you can't have no phones, taking the phones. You know, you're a public figure. I feel like if you are like a big name or whatever, you need to off the top, like collect the phones, get motherfuckers to sign paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like he probably got drugged. He probably was drinking some shit, got drugged with some drugs he's not used to, got fucked up. They had him passed out. Then they started planting the little drugs around that he's not like what. I don't feel like he do no damn meth. Like, come on, y'all. Like, black folks don't do that shit.
Okay.
That's what I feel like. It was a setup. Like I was saying, like, yeah, he shouldn't have been doing. He's down low or whatever the case may be. That's what you like. That's what you like. But if you're gonna do it and you're a public figure, make sure you do that shit right. Get all the phones, everything. Soon as that nigga passed out off of whatever they drugged him with or put in the drink or whatever, they started snapping pictures. They had that plan already and started laying drugs out all perfectly, snapping pictures up. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's the whole setup.
She not buying that at all. I heard that.
I'm not. That shit look too crack. Like, come on, Storm. Like, that shit look way too. It's just too.
For some reason, she's still breaking up. I can't hear her.
He's still like, getting dick. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying all that other shit. I don't
Wait a minute. You say what?
Well, it was perfectly set up. Everything was perfectly staged. So, yeah. All right. Well, other than that, any final thoughts before we close out the show?
I have
none.
I don't care who he sleeps with, to be honest with you. I can care less.
Okay. Any final thoughts, Tiffany? Oh.
She here?
Okay.
I think she was. Oh yeah, she was having a problem hearing.
She was like, any final thoughts, Amina?
He gay. All right, bye.
Have a good
Bye,
night.
guys. All right, Storm.
Have a good one now. Hey, can you hear me, Tiffany? Okay, yeah, it's messing up. That's done. So, with all that, look, y'all, we're gonna head up out of here. I enjoyed you guys tonight. We went through the article, we went through the photos. Andrew, that was you all day and all night. And I think that if Andrew spins this in his favor, cries some tears, and just admits to it, I think that he can turn this around and still continue to have a career. That's what I think, in my honest opinion. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to share if you care for more reviews, roles, prescription news, entertainment news, updates, and the like. And I will catch you guys later.